disruptive rains left a trail of disaster in the metro, with infrastructure damage and many people destitute. The municipality came under fire from councillors for failing to plan on time, although a warning was issued by the South African Weather Service. The councillors have raised concerns about the inconsistencies in the amount required for repairs, especially for sporting fields. The Metro wants Executive Mayor Niekerk to approve budget adjustments to respond to the disaster.
Consequence management is going to be affected. On Monday, we are calling all managers, relevant managers, to disaster management. We said let's have disaster ward plans. There's absence of such in our city. As a result, when disaster occurs, no one knows where to go in terms of the ward, and it's a requirement by law.
Section 160, subsection 2B of the Constitution is very clear. You cannot delegate the council's responsibility and authority to pass budgets. You cannot delegate that to a city manager or to the mayor or political office bearer. So we started at the Constitution. It states very clearly you cannot delegate that function to the executive mayor. So that was our first point. The second point was that the Municipal Finance Management Act also prohibits a certain amount of unavoidable and unforeseen expenditure to exceed 15 million rand.
I must say that the UTM supports the idea of a disaster fund, but what the UTM will not support is wrong things. We can't support things that are not supported by pieces of legislation. You'll know that local government is guided by legislation. Therefore, we cannot support that the mayor must have access in that kind of a man. We do have an accounting officer in the city. The accounting officer should guide us proper.
The Metro has considered that it was found wanting during the disaster due to a lack of stock such as mattresses and beds to provide to the flood victims. The Metro says it's also facing a challenge of poor stormwater drainage system, exacerbated by illegal dumping, which led to flooding during the disruptive rain. One bridge in the Metro sustained structural damage.
But I think from the Metro's perspective, there was preparation in terms of what would we do then. From a disaster management perspective, mobilization of resources, mobilization of food, mobilization of shelters. Obviously that was actually done for us to be able to respond, adequately to the disaster. But to a greater extent, obviously, what we have found wanting is our stormwater management systems, and obviously there is quite a lot of work that we need to do.
A report is expected to be tabled again for council approval on Thursday. Zolani Moya, SABC News, Kabeja.